everybody, this is dkdynamite, and today we're going to be talking about a massive reveal regarding the new map in Modern Warfare 2, yet another zombies tie-in, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and let me know down below in the comment section, are you still hoping for a zombies mode to get added into Modern Warfare 2, or would you rather wait until Treyarch brings out their next zombies experience in presumably Black Ops 2024? I, of course, love to talk about zombies. I love covering zombies for you guys, but obviously, since the mode is on a bit of a hiatus, zombies content will be a bit scarce here on the channel this year, as I talked about in previous videos, of course. But as of today, Building 21 is back inside of DMZ. It was funny when the map finally came out as a bit of a surprise this past Monday, then less than 24 hours later, the map was removed. It's unknown why the map was removed. It's possibly because of some exploit allowing you to play the map an unlimited amount of times without using some of the access keycards. There was something that went wrong with those access keycards to where they weren't being used after hopping into a match. I heard rumors about them being duped. Not sure what happened there, but we'll have to wait and see what the rotation is going to be like for Building 21. Will it be a case like Rebirth and Fortune's Keep in Warzone 1, where every couple of days the map gets taken out, then gets added back in? We'll just have to wait and see. But when you're watching this video, I'm either just about to go live with its return, or I already have, and you can watch that VOD here on my YouTube channel. Thank you for all the support if you made it out to that gameplay live stream. Now, tonight's video is sponsored by LegionFarm. I'm sure many of you guys out there have thought about the idea of being able to make money while playing games like Warzone, Apex Legends, Fortnite, and much more. If so, then you're in luck. Did you know that throughout 2022 alone, gamers have earned a whopping $3.6 billion? Do you play Apex or Warzone? Well, have you ever wondered about how much money you can make by playing those multiplayer games? Well, roll right on over to the sponsor of this video, LegionFarm, which is a site dedicated to training players to get better at games from the very best and help you become a better content creator or entertainer. Over $30 million have been earned by professional gamers just on the LegionFarm platform alone. If this sounds exciting, here's how the site works. It's super easy and accessible, designed so that you can be trained to a professional level, and then you can get a job opportunity training others. Let's see how much I can earn if I sign up for a course. I'll give my skills a 4 to start off, and there's always room to improve, and I'll be able to work no more than, let's say, 25 hours a week. I do have a high-powered setup, and that's an advantage, of course. So more than $1,000 in just 4 months is what you can make, and you honestly make as much money as you work for. At the beginning of my career, I started to earn $500 not sooner than after 6 months of working. Now, you can play around with the gauge to see a comparison of skill levels and how much time you'd be willing to participate to see your potential earnings. Of course, though, everyone watching this are gamers with varying degrees of experience and skills. However, gamers of any skill level can sign up for this course. It's open to everyone to start to earn a decent income quickly, improve their social media and streaming channels, and even more. The most motivated and promising students will get LegionFarm's assistance with additional financing. Here are the payment plans. Anyone can start this course on a $140 monthly subscription basis, or sign up for a full course with an $800 starting income paid by LegionFarm guaranteed. To see what a student's personal area looks like and how lessons are held, anyone can sign up for an introductory lesson for free. Here's what the personal area looks like. Students can see progress here and also see the stats of each skill evaluated by the coach. So I'm sure this is something that has you really intrigued. If so, check out LegionFarm with a special link in this video's description or the pinned comment to take part in this amazing opportunity. But thank you to LegionFarm for sponsoring tonight's video. But I have made some previous videos discussing Modern Warfare 2 zombies, all the rumors we have so far about what that could look like, and the evidence that supports that something zombies related is coming at some point in 2023. And we'll get more into that deeper into this video, but major shout out to Modenas over on Twitter, who posted this on December 21st, something that you guys absolutely did not expect to see, and something that I was actually gonna make a video about sooner, but there's been so much going on with the game, content, updates, patch notes, that I had to put this video off. But shout out to Mr. Dollar for putting out a pretty solid video on this as of yesterday, in which you guys probably got shocked if you watched that, or if you guys didn't see that video, then here's a bit of a recap as to what's going on. So he pointed out that the TAC map that we have for Building 21 strangely resembles a very specific portion of Verdansk, which would mean that maybe Building 21 was built by Shadow Company on top of the crater of where Verdansk was. Verdansk obviously got nuked back in, what was it, 2020, and during that nuke event, a zombies outbreak happened, right? The outbreak could not be contained. Many operatives were lost, including many of the Shadow Company. So the Shadow Company had a pretty big presence during that event. Unfortunately, though, nothing to do with the zombies outbreak or the destruction of Verdansk was mentioned in the Modern Warfare 2 campaign. But we, of course, have the bio of Rose, which does suggest that she left Shadow Company shortly after those events, and it does confirm that whatever happened in Verdansk with that outbreak and explosion is indeed still canon to Modern Warfare 2. 2. Now, I'm not saying it's a perfect one-to-one, but it's a very strange and peculiar resemblance of what the Verdansk tac map was like. It can't be a coincidence that they put this crater right on top of that. I mean, why would a crater be here in the first place? It just checks out that Verdansk could be the reason, and on top of that, it's kind of ironic that there's been plenty of rumors over the last couple of years that we were going to play on a nuked out Verdansk at some point. That never really checked out to mean much, and that definitely doesn't mean anything for Warzone 2.0 either. Thank God that wasn't the case, but I do think maybe instead of playing on a nuked out Verdansk through BR, they're bringing us to Verdansk to some capacity here through DMZ, which I think is amazing. We'll have to see even a Spec Ops mission that could even explore how Building 21 may have been built on top of the explosion. And I also think that if this is the case and this is Verdansk, this won't be the last hint that we get regarding this information. I wouldn't be shocked if at some point, maybe in a future Building 21 update or even intel that we get in a future Spec Ops update, we could get confirmation that Building 21 was indeed built on the remains of our fan favorite and beloved Verdansk map. But with that being said, the focus of Shadow Company from MW19 was definitely put on Lurch, Rose, and even Velikan. Ironically, Velikan is the boss fight in Building 21, who we end up killing, so he's out the picture. Rose also left Shadow Company according to her bio, and the last man standing from our beloved Shadow Company crew from MW19 is Lurch. He'll probably make a return at some point in the future, but obviously Shadow Company could be a bit desperate as of right now. They definitely lost a lot of reinforcements during that explosion, and quite a few of them also got killed during the MW2 campaign, and their CEO or their leader Graves also got killed, so who's left to really take over? It's probably going to be Shepard. So with that being said, it looks like Shadow Company is probably desperate to get something going to remain in power, to have the upper hand, so building a facility on the remains of Verdansk to experiment with some unknown elements could be their route and could further the post-launch story of Modern Warfare 2 in ways that you guys might not have expected. So looking at how there's plenty of labs and experiments going on inside of Building 21, what if some of that is zombies related? And with that being said, we know that the way the zombies outbreak happened over in Verdansk was already a bit off and kind of threw off people's perception of how grounded the MW19 story really was. A ship traveled through time to Verdansk and led to an outbreak, but I think the best running theory that helps explain how that worked is that the Operation Inversia quest from Outbreak over in Cold War, that may have been one of the reasons why that ship got hit by one of the rockets that then sent it through a portal through the dark ether, and then it ended up in the present through MW19. That could help explain how zombies even make sense in the Modern Warfare lore. Even though we know Black Ops and Modern Warfare are connected, there's a full-fledged crossover going on, I still think it'll take a little bit more storytelling and explanation to kind of bridge the gap for zombies to work here. And if they at least double down on that a little bit, that could help explain why Shadow Company is so interested in doing experiments in what could be the remains of Verdansk, because they could find some type of element that could help them gain the upper hand over Task Force 141. Now, what's also really interesting is the amount of Cold War connections that we have in Modern Warfare 2, many of which I'll be talking more about in a separate video, but we get a mention of a Cold War era nuke over in the first episode of Raid. Over in Adamgrad, towards the very ending cutscene, we get to see a nuke that's over 50 years old, bringing us back to the Cold War. And with that confirmation, I'm like, all right, they're clearly tying back to Cold War to some capacity. Is it out of the realm of possibility to also tie in Operation Inversia to explain how a ship known as the Verdansk ended up in present-day Verdansk, which led to a zombies outbreak? I don't think that's too far-fetched, and for those that maybe don't want to see a full-fledged crossover between Black Ops and Modern Warfare, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised that there are even more Black Ops connections that you probably missed over in DMZ, which I will be covering in a separate video. But if you guys are like, wait, what could this all lead to? What is the point of them kind of reconfirming for us that the zombies outbreak in Verdansk is canon and that it'll mean something in the post-launch story? Well, remember that leak that we talked about in a previous video that does suggest that not only is Treyarch working on a new version of Outbreak and the new Warzone map, but we've also seen images from hackers who posted over on Twitter that an older build of Modern Warfare 2 did have, very clear as day, menu icons for round-based and Outbreak. So something zombies related is coming to Modern Warfare 2 at some point in the future, and maybe them exploring more on the fact that a zombies outbreak happening in Verdansk could lead to the release of those modes in a very creative way, possibly in 2023. I mean, we can go back to the older leaks from Ralph, other gaming insiders, that something zombies related is happening in 2023. We can go back to that and say, okay, maybe that's what this is building towards. But if you look at the other evidence that we have that Modern Warfare 2 is not a 2-year game, and instead will only get 5 seasons, such as the fact they confirmed there's only going to be up to 5 raids, 1 per season, and they mentioned that the post-launch narrative will be explored over 5 seasons. We know 20 prestige icons total have leaked, 4 of which already came out, which means there's 16 left. So if they release 4 a season, that means there's only 4 seasons left, leaving us at a Season 5. Look at all that evidence, then on top of that, you can tie that into the fact that gaming journalists are saying Sledgehammer's working on some type of spin-off campaign for Modern Warfare 2, might be centered around the Ghost. There's a multiplayer that apparently contains all remastered maps. That sounds like a celebration type COD to me, to celebrate 20 years of the franchise, and again, that's 2023 to be exact. I do think something zombies related will be a part of that experience to justify a possible $70 price tag for whatever that is, and maybe it's so heavily connected to Modern Warfare that they'll label it as a Modern Warfare spin-off, kind of similar to how Miles Morales exists as a standalone game but is still a spin-off to Spider-Man PS4. And depending on who makes this type of zombies experience, I think it'll be interesting to see them really explore that whole tie-in between Black Ops and Modern Warfare that we've all been itching to see more about. And if that doesn't take any time away from what Treyarch's doing, if they're making the mode, that would also be great. But if Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer lead development on this supposed zombies mode, which could be dealing with Shadow Company and some other tie-ins to the Verdansk event, then it'll be great to have zombies in 2023 and then another banger zombies experience from Treyarch with their next Black Ops game for 2024. So a big brain theory here is that maybe to save time, if Treyarch has to work on some type of zombies experience for Modern Warfare 2 and not just the ranked play, then maybe to save time, they just take Verdansk as we know it. Obviously, it's all blown up now, so they have to rearrange the map a bit. And keep in mind, they already worked with Verdansk a bit throughout Verdansk 84 from the Cold War integration. They could just take that map, rearrange it, make it all post-apocalyptic, throw Outbreak on that, and then maybe have that as this zombies mode that comes out in 2023, if there is going to be a zombies attached to whatever spin-off game is meant to come out, if that's not a year 2 expansion of Modern Warfare 2, maybe that's how that makes sense, so it doesn't take time away from their development on a round-based mode they want to work on, which is probably going to be the best round-based iteration we've seen in years. It'll be Treyarch's first time having a full 3+ year development cycle on a game. Cold War didn't get it, BO4 definitely didn't get it, and BO3 kinda did, but obviously that game was amazing no matter what. But with all that in mind, that could be what happens, and that could be how Verdansk does come back to some extent, just not for Battle Royale. That is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on this report from Odenus, this absolutely legendary report that suggests that Building 21 may have been built on the crater of Verdansk? What are your thoughts on a possible zombies tie-in and the experiments going on over in the new DMZ map? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.